Yeah, thanks for AveronX team for inviting me. My name is Oleksandr Driuk. I've been working as a software engineer at Google Ireland since June 2022, so it's like 3.5 years. Google is one of the biggest IT companies in the world, one of the most famous, so I often get queries about some advice how to break through to Google. I think, process is similar to other big companies like Amazon, Meta, or Microsoft. Probably to break through to Apple is tougher. So, yeah, at least these four are more or less equal. But I'll talk mostly about Google. Well, so I think there are at least 3 ways to do that. Third one is the shortest one, but I think it's hardest because it's like break through to an internship program while you are still a university student. It's not easy at all because currently in 2025 there are much less internship positions than there are people who want to do that. So if you want to do this, you have some chances if you are one of the best students in your university. You have some impressive results. For example, you participated in some global programming competition or hackathon and got high results there. You also have volunteered somewhere, like organizing some conference or some other nonprofit event. You have great communication skills. Also, big pluses when you know someone in this company. In this case, you have higher chances to do that. Otherwise, sorry, but in most cases, your resume will be just ignored and you won't even break through to interview stage. That happened a lot with people who I tried to refer. Second path is longer. It's like becoming a professional in your area. First, you need to focus at something you want to work in future. Then you start at some small company, get promoted, go to bigger company, better opportunities, go to a more or less global company. Then at some point, you already are professional enough. And also you see that some of your colleagues already work at some big company. So you can ask for referral, they can consult you, and at some point of time, probably you'll get through there. But the third way is a bit easier. It's like relying on networking. I mean, you still need to be a professional there. You need to build up your career, but also you participate in different global and local events. You collect the contacts, so you communicate much more. And when you realize that some of people already work in the company of your dream, you just ask for referral. People who refer you will get a bonus for that if you're successful. So they can consult you how to better write a resume. Of course, they're not professional there, but still, it's much better. That's the way I went through, because my former colleague, I just asked him to refer me, and he explained a lot about what Google expects from me, how to make a good resume, and so on. So LinkedIn contacts should be also good, but when you're referring someone, it's always something like, how well do you know this person? So if you know this person only from LinkedIn, it's almost the same as you apply by yourself. So please ask for referral, mostly from your colleagues, if you have some. Yeah, so how to make a good resume? I'm not a big professional here, but I can highlight some key points. I've conducted almost 50 interviews at Google. So first, in your resume, you should focus on your business impact. That is, how much income you brought to the company at your position. Of course, probably one of former companies or something like that. Yeah, it's usually, for example, if you brought several millions of dollars to one of previous companies, it will be much easier to, to convince the HR that you can do the same thing at Google, for example. If you don't have this, at least social impact. For example, how much did you eat the life of people, their time, or probably it was a global impact on a lot of people in your country or other countries. Third one is community contribution. So volunteering, teaching other people, and so on. Third place is your achievements like certifications, excellent study, high places in competitions. But a lot of people who I offered, they stated a lot of programming languages they are proficient in. I think it's last priority because still, for example, at Google, you'll need to learn Go and a lot of inner tools. So, I mean, company won't benefit a lot from you knowing a lot of different technologies at some middle level. So, yeah, it's probably the last priority here. Let's move to the next topic and talk about innovation. Overall, IT is highly competitive, right? So you always need to learn something new to remain in demand. Same applies to IT companies. For example, hard to believe that several years ago, main profit of Google was from advertisements and promoting to Google search. But now everyone uses ChatGPT, Gemini, and other chatbots much more than just browsers, right? So Google had to urgently refocus. It had to start building Gemini. And develop. Currently, Google provides small secured Google clouds to some countries, like Germany, France, probably some others also. Yeah, so to refocus fast, you need, of course, innovation. For that, you need to automate everything you can. And of course, apply AI tools everywhere where possible. For example, I'm a site reliability engineer, and that means that our team also is responsible for some parts of Google network. If we have some bad things there, we need to react, but 99% of problems should be fixed by automation. Otherwise, we'll get buried. Same for process. For example, you can AI tools are inner AI tools, which are used inside Google, are applied everywhere. For example, there is a team chat or more or less a global chat. There is AI which can summarize it. During meetings, of course, in Google Meet, you can transcribe everything. Now you can even translate it to a different language. When coding, of course, we don't use Copilot. Code is too critical, but still there is some autocomplete. Same applies when you're writing something in the chat. There is some autocomplete there. So such a small thing that save your time a lot. And of course, you need to use that. Also, you could think that we as Google employees use Gemini a lot. Well, we usually need to search for problems in inner Google tools, right? And those are more or less secret. Gemini cannot have this information. So we have an inner Google AI, which is for browsing those. And for example, you ask about this or that tool, and you have an inner AI to respond to that. Yeah. By the way, I think this conference is about AI and machine learning. So probably a lot of people want to work in these areas. I just want to tell that in big companies, it's usually not easy at all, especially if you want to be a researcher. Research teams are rather small, dedicated, and they consist of high professional scientists. So if you don't have publication in high-ranked journal, like Nature or some other technical journals, your application will be ignored there. So if you still want to work in AI or machine learning, but still work in a big company, probably a good compromise would be working as a software engineer in these areas. For example, a software engineer in AI. So you just write code, which is then used by these scientific teams. Again, there are at least 10 times more software engineering jobs than jobs for AI or ML researchers. Probably even not 10 times, but 50 times. Another argument, why is it so, is that when you're a researcher, your bottleneck is resources, computer resources, memory, and so on. Because large models like those for Gemini, those for ChatGPT are very expensive to learn. So Google builds a lot of data centers for that. It's very expensive for the company, so it cannot allow non-professional people to lose so much money. Another thing for developers, here bottleneck is just workforce. The more people you have, the more projects you can perform. So of course, for developers, they need much more people. Uh, Next topic is well, how to develop problem-solving skills. I think there are two more or less cheap ways to do that. One is participating in hackathons, but they have much higher threshold. For example, you participate in hackathon, which is devoted to some real-world problem, but you have only, say, 24 hours, probably 48 hours. And you need plenty of time to understand the problem. You need plenty of time to understand which tools to use, how to do that. So if you want to start with something not that hard, I think a good way is to start with programming competitions. Problems can be of different level there. If it's a real programming competition, not just problems from LeetCode, they usually have some legend. So it's they pretend that it's also a real world problem, and you need to think about which algorithm to use, which data structure to apply, and also there is a strict criteria here, so that you know that if your solution passed all the tests, it's probably correct. If it's not, then it's definitely wrong. So it's much easier to learn here. And I think that's why most of big companies have algorithmic interviews, because it's a cheap way to understand in 45 minutes, sometimes 1 hour, how good is problem-solving skill for this or that person.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alexander, for such valuable insights. We are really excited to hear and learn all these things from you. And now, moving to our next inspiring speaker, please welcome Irfan Hassan, Chief Strategy Officer at ProSchool.